right, here we go.
Yes, sir.
Ready?
Ready.
Good evening. All you podcast visitors out there, this is Uncle Yab, and we're gabbing with Yab. And today, me and my co-host Richard Carrington is going to talk about a little bit of this, a little bit of that. First of all, we're going to talk about this impeachment trial.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty much, they got everybody to vote, and they got at least, I think it was 6 Republicans to vote, saying that it was constitutional.
Right.
But the Republicans were saying that it was unconstitutional to impeach him a second time. But they said no, it is constitutional. They're gonna go on with it. So what they're doing now is he had his legal defense team had their arguments and stuff like that, and basically they wasn't saying too much of nothing, man. So, but it all boils down to what the guy that we had on the defense, well, not the defense, but the prosecutor.
Yep.
Showed all the tapes and everything of those guys going up to the Capitol and stuff like that, and it was crazy.
It was.
It was crazy.
It was really something, man. I didn't catch much of the trial today. I was listening to some on the radio, but he incited a riot, and I'm glad that they said that that they ruled in favor of going forward on him because he knew what he was doing.
Of course.
He knew what he was doing. He knew that those people were going to act up, and he wanted them to, because he was so upset about, the fact that he wasn't going to be in office anymore, and he's still on this thing where the election was stolen, and he wanted some payback. See, he's kind of a vindictive guy.
Exactly.
I mean, even I used to watch his show, the Apprentice.
Oh, the Apprentice, yeah.
And he would do people dirty on there, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Oh,
so,
yeah.
He don't have no problem with doing you dirty, man. So, he's getting what, he deserves. And, I'm glad that the government and the Democrats really are stepping up. Even though he's no longer in office.
Right.
Doesn't matter. He did this. He incited this, and he needs to pay for it.
Exactly. And that's what's going to happen, too. And that's what's going on. So I don't know how many days it's going to take. But it's going to start again tomorrow, and they're going to go on with what they need to go on with. Right. And basically they're trying to remove him to the point where they don't want him to hold any other office again. Yep. Because of the insurrection that he was doing. Yeah. And they showed footage of everything, man. It was a shame. Yeah. And they got more footage. I mean, just the footage that they showed us wasn't as bad as what they actually have. Yeah. And man, it was crazy. They showed when that girl got shot, but it was more intense when they showed it today. Okay. Yeah, man, because she was the one that tried to go into the door and open up the Capitol. Yeah. And there was a guy there with the gun. He shot him, man.
He wasn't playing.
No, he wasn't playing.
No, he said
no, he wasn't playing.
He was not playing.
And it was sad, man. But they came there for a riot. Right. And the good thing they didn't have any guns, man. They would have hurt somebody.
Right. And man, you got to think about this, man. Now, everybody got rights for peaceful protest. Right. And then sometimes things get out of hand. But what they did, man, was beyond. Yeah. And you feel bad, like you said, for the woman who lost her life. But you got to think about her family and, her friends and, what was in her mind to think that, she was entitled to do that. And then as she walks in there or tries to bogart in there, she loses her life. Yeah. And I don't understand it, man. But a lot of people, I think what happened with her is her family didn't even know she was there. Wow. So when they found out, when they saw somebody and looked at her clothes, they, oh, that's her. That's my daughter, whatever. It's my, my wife. Yeah, I would have been kind of upset because number one, why would she go there without telling anybody? Right. And then to get killed. Right. And what I think is, man, her family can't do nothing about that because number one, that's a felony offense. Yeah. Number two, she was wrong. So to say, oh, well, I'm going to sue them for killing her, I don't think they have a case for her. No. Because she was the criminal in this instance. Yeah. That's what I think. Yeah. No, so, they're not going to, I don't think you can really sue the government unless it's something really egregious. Right. And what she did is on film. Yeah. Everybody can look at it. You show that to a jury. Right. And then if they could imagine themselves being in that, Capitol building and seeing this mob of people coming, they didn't know what they were going to do when they got there. Exactly, man. And what were they going to do, man? You know what I mean? What were they going to do? Right. Who knows? And they was talking about,
kill Pence and this and that and
Yeah.
other, and Pelosi and all
Yeah.
that. Now those individuals were there. They just started hiding. They got them away from there at the last minute. But what if they would have stormed in there and saw all those people?
Right.
You never know what would happen.
Yeah, because there's a lot of hate out here, man.
Yes, yes.
And the guy that was in Pelosi's office with his foot on the table.
Oh,
and
that was
all
ridiculous.
That.
That was
I mean,
ridiculous,
man, these
man.
people, they got some
nerves.
some serious bravado, man.
Yeah,
and
man.
I'm wondering though, man, like, this is America, and they want, everybody wants rule of law, and the Republicans are all about following the rules and all that.
Yeah.
And this is really borderline terrorism what they did.
It is. But you know what, man? It all goes back to. Now I'm going to switch to something else, and we're going to talk about a little bit of this and a little bit of that tonight.
Yeah, absolutely.
It all
man.
goes back to the Black Panthers, and I saw a documentary on the Black Panthers, and at that time the government was saying those guys were terrorists and was a threat.
Right.
But if anybody would look at their history and look up the Black Panthers and see what they did. They came to feed the hungry.
Mm-hmm.
They were the first organization to start free lunches in the school and stuff like that. And they did a lot of good stuff for the black community.
Yes.
But yet, they turned it in, the government turned it into something bad.
Right.
And it's crazy, man, because, they extinguished the Black Panthers, and they extinguished a lot of our, black political guys that spoke for us, spoke people for us.
Yeah.
And it was sad, man. It was sad. 'Cause, of course, this is still Black History Month, and there's a lot of documentaries and things out there that involve stuff like that. And I love looking at that type of stuff. And I love, once again, this is our podcast, and I'll give you guys information on different things if you don't know it.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Just to jump right back in, it is Black History Month, and we need to think about, people have been saying, well, what if it had been black people that had stormed it? They would have
got shot.
It would have been a different outcome.
Of course, man. Of course.
And
why is that? Why can't we, express our opinion? Not to say that we need to go up there with brute force, but we did because go back to the Black Lives Matter.
Yeah.
We protested and we protested right.
Right.
It was kind of harsh, but we wasn't trying to hurt nobody.
Right.
But yet they turned it into something different.
Right.
Those QAnon people and stuff like that. They try to make it vicious.
Right.
But the actual people that were doing the Black Lives Matter things, that was for a good cause.
Yeah, absolutely.
So.
And where were those people when George Floyd, was murdered on TV? That's when they should have been angry.
Right. You're right.
Not because Trump lost the election.
Yeah, get that.
Trump is going to be fine.
Of course.
He's a billionaire, or at least he's a multi-millionaire.
And he's alive.
And he's alive, and he's going to be fine. And he's going to have his companies and everything. But what about, where was the anger that these people had for, things, other injustices?
Yeah.
The true, real injustices that happened.
Something that really mattered. A life was lost with that George Floyd. And a lot of other people after that. And it's still going on.
Right.
And
that's the thing, why don't they, rally about police brutality or, inequities that are going on throughout the country, man. But, and like you said, we're going to jump around, but just going back to what you were talking about as far as Black History Month, I think it's important that this year, we look at, a lot of times in Black History Month, we focus on one or two things, and we talk about slavery and how we overcame that. But there's so much more to Black history than that, man. There's so many great people, man, that are never mentioned,
Oh, yeah.
And like Denmark Vesey, who led a slave revolt,
That's right.
And other, there's other people, and we have such a rich history, man.
Yes.
People kind of minimize us and say, they were slaves. Yeah, we were enslaved people, but we were also people that built pyramids and did all these other great things and have all these, you were saying look up online, but have all these patents and, different things we've discovered and created. We're very creative people, man. So I think it's important that we look beyond just, as just a token monk.
Yeah,
but look at our contribution
to society.
Yeah,
And Rome wasn't built in a day, but I tell you what, as far as the United States of America, black people had a lot to say and to do on how this country was built on.
Right.
and it was built on pretty much our backs.
Yes.
You know, and a lot of people don't know that. And once again, I always, you know, tell you guys to read your history books and find out.
Right.
If you don't want to believe something or you don't know something,
right.
you know, you don't want to take my word for it, take our word for it. You go into your history books and Google it.
Yeah.
With research.
Absolutely.
And another person, like I said, Gary Morgan.
Yeah.
He invented the traffic light.
Yes.
You know,
yes.
Madam C.J. Walker.
Yes.
She was the first multi-millionaire black woman.
Yeah.
And she invented the straightening comb for us to make sure our hair,
right.
you know, was nice and straight. Right. You know what I mean? And she that's what she did, and she made all kind of cream and stuff for the females so they can look nice and things like that.
Yeah.
And she was the first millionaire, man.
Yeah, and that was a long time ago. And, and you know, to do that, it took some incredible strength.
Oh my goodness.
You know, and to be able to stand up, you know, to society, and you know, it's incredible, man. We have some really strong and courageous heroes, man.
Yes.
That come before us, that you know we should honor, not just you know in February, but we should honor them throughout you know the year.
You're right,
you
man.
know, man.
And once and like I said, I'm gonna ask you a question, man, or just putting a reference out there. What do you think it was like in the '60s when we were trying to get things together, and that was the start of the black movement and things like that, man? Could you imagine? Could you imagine? You know,
man, I'm gonna tell you, I think about like you know our parents, and what they had to go through, man. Like you know, we deal with stuff on the job. We deal with racism. We deal with microaggression, but you know, we haven't been attacked by dogs,
exactly,
or you know, or fire hoses, and just for being black. You know what I'm saying? And they stood, man.
Oh man,
those people, man. We stand on the backs of them now.
Right.
But they did, man. So like you said, I can't imagine, man. You know, I mean, when you face a situation, you have to step up and you know, be counted, or you know. If like I said, I don't want to exist. I want to live. Right. And so when you're dealing with the things that they had to deal with, it took incredible strength.
Exactly, bro.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Emotional. And physical, man. You know?
Oh yeah. And a lot of blood, sweat, and tears.
Yes.
I mean, men and women.
Yes, absolutely.
And a lot of other things that we did too. We did a lot of talking. We did a lot of teaching. But we also did it through music.
Yes.
You know, we had a lot of entrepreneurs and a lot of people that make music out here. A lot of singers that had a message through music, such as Curtis Mayfield, Marvin Gaye, and all them guys, man, had a good message. You know, Sam Cooke. You know, and that's a lot of things that we always did. We always, if anything that got us down, we always had the music to uplift us. You know,
we're survivors, man.
Oh yeah. We're
really
gonna continue to
man.
be.
And you know, they use that term a lot with you know our Jewish brothers, but we're survivors too.
Oh yeah.
And we went through the biggest Holocaust ever.
Yes.
You know?
Yep. And pay homage to us too.
Yeah.
And I get it with the you know, the Jewish went through a lot, and I understand that, and you know, I don't wish no bad luck on nobody. You know, and I feel their pain. Well, we got some pain too. We got some pain too, man.
And we're still enduring it.
Exactly.
And it's showing out on the TV.
You're right.
You're
right.
Through police brutality. And through you know, just miseducation and you know inequities, man. We are people that they just can't get rid of us.
No.
They can't.
And they trying, man. Once again, you know, I've seen a couple of documentaries where, you know, I look at these documentaries and I say, man, they put forth effort in trying to distinguish the black person, the black man, the black family, the black race. Anybody that go through them something like that, go through, you know, to recondition your mind, to try to blackball you, to make you think that you're less than. They really try to do damage to you mentally, not even physically, mentally. And they tried to succeed, and they was trying to do it because they had a lot of different avenues out there, and a lot of different propaganda out there where you know, they wanted the black man to feel less than, and look at himself and feel like he wasn't important, and they did it.
They wanted us to be
They
inferior.
tried to do it. You're right. You're right.
They want us to be inferior, and you think about it, man. They say that, you know, most black men are walking around with PTSD because they dealt with so much. There's such a burden on us, you know, in the community. You know, we got to teach our children that, you know, you got to protect yourself in ways that other, you know, parts of society don't have to do. We face things that no other part of society has to face.
You're right. You're right.
And you know, the talk you have, or what you do when a policeman pulls you over. You know, the talk you have with your children.
Yeah.
And don't move too fast because they might shoot you.
Yeah.
And, you know,
that
white families don't have to say that to their children.
Exactly. That should be something. We shouldn't even. That should be an afterthought. We should be thinking about, hey, what do you do if when you graduate? You know, what type of degree do you need to succeed out here in the world? Not, you know, or watch yourself because you might get killed. That's crazy. This is not a comment. We're not in a war. This is our livelihood. But yet we have to look at it like that.
Hey, we're gonna always address these things. We're not afraid to challenge any topic. You know.
Exactly.
And on a lighter note, but I know you were quiet, but what'd you think of the Super Bowl, man?
You know what, Rich? I'm glad you brought that up, and I'm gonna tell you exactly what I thought about it. I thought it was a fraud because
I know
you know what? Come on, man, 31-9.
That was something.
Now the Chiefs was the most high-powered team in the NFL, and you mean to tell me they couldn't kick with 3 field goals? Come on, man. And I don't want to think that the NFL did us like that, but at least have a good Super Bowl game. Don't make it lopsided like that. I don't care about what y'all wanted Brady to do. You know, they wanted a story, a good storyline. They wanted a story. But don't make it look like that. To make them cats look like they ain't even played football. It was crazy.
That game was something.
It was crazy.
Else, That's not what I expected.
No,
I thought Brady and them might pull it out, but I didn't think it was
not like that. Not like that, man. And just think about it. After the game, you haven't heard too many people talking about like a big radio. I mean, they have, but not on a big scale. You haven't heard much about that on the internet either. About what happened, the game itself. It's kind of okay. It's over with. Football's over. You know, come on.
Let's move on. You know.
Come on.
I think they were rooting for Brady to get one more.
I guess. And I try not to hate because I'm not a hater, but. I don't know, man. I don't know. I can't. I don't understand it.
It was a shocking game.
It was, and it wasn't a good game. I did like the halftime. I like the halftime antics. You know, the guy of the weekend, he did a good job with it. A lot of people, it was mixed signals, you know, on the internet about him and things going on. But I liked it.
I thought he did a good job.
He had a lot of energy and stuff like that. And but it's always people going back and forth. Last year it was J-Lo and the other girl, Shakira. That was too provocative. You know, you can't please people now. You can't please somebody, man.
That's true.
You can't please them. So you know, but definitely that game was rocky. To me, the Chiefs was playing the Buccaneers and the daggone referees. What do you think?
I mean those first half flags were a bit much.
Crazy.
It was a bit much.
Crazy.
You know.
And then after that, when they scored 28 points, I cut the game off. I stopped watching because I said, you know what? I already knew then. I said, you know what? They want this guy to get his rings, and they want the storyline.
I mean, even the Chiefs, man, they dropped a couple of touchdowns.
They did. They did to drop balls. I'm like, what? I don't get what's going on.
I know.
You know, they play. You mean to tell me you gonna lay down the last game, the Super Bowl? Everybody won a Super Bowl. And you guys been here before, and then they act like they never even been to the Super Bowl. They act shell shocked, didn't they?
I know.
I said, "Are you kidding me?"
Man. You know, so
whatever.
I'm sure later on down the line we'll hear something that this happened or the fix was in or something.
You know what, man? I see the football. NFL is a big fraternity, man. So you may not hear that like that.
That's true.
You know, we can all speculate. But
they keep it. They close ranks. And they keep it in the house.
Oh yeah, and they do a good job of it too, whether it's good or bad. And that Super Bowl was outrageous. I just couldn't believe it. You know, and I lost money on that too. That's a couple dollars. But like I said, I was against Brady. You know, because I really thought that the young guy was going to play a good game. I didn't think they were going to lay down.
They just took it. They took a whooping.
So is he going to retire? No. Is he coming
No,
back
he said
next year?
coming back to run it back. Him and his boy Gronk is coming back.
I'm going to
man.
leave that alone.
Hey man, you know, there's a lot going on in football, man.
It
With
is,
these
it
quarterbacks, and you know, the thing with Brett Favre running his mouth last week.
Like
and,
you said,
but there's a lot going on, man.
you're right.
Know.
They were talking about, Russell Wilson there. He
Yeah.
was dissatisfied with what was going on over there.
Right.
And I don't blame him because, you know, if you're a franchise quarterback, regardless if you're black or white or whatever, you need to have somebody to help you win.
Yes.
Therefore, you need people surrounding you to win.
Yeah.
And if you don't have that, you know, you're not going to win.
No.
So a lot of people getting tired of the status quo. They want to, they want to step up and go to management and say, hey, give me somebody so I can win.
Right.
You know, because the way they're looking at Tampa Bay, they're looking at Tom Brady. Hey, he went to another team, got these guys surrounding him, and he went to the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Yep. So now, you know, that's what Russell Wilson, Deshaun Watson, and these guys are saying. You know, we can speak up.
Right.
And I like it because they're kind of taking with LeBron and the basketball players. The basketball players, those dudes, they just say, look, I'm not playing anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
and
what they
they
say.
move them, you know.
Okay.
So I think these quarterbacks are finally stepping up and saying, you know, these black athletes in football are saying, okay, I got a little more power than, you know.
I get you. Because I mean, because everybody like football, man.
Yeah.
And we don't want to mess that up.
Right.
That's for everybody to see on Sundays. We all sit down and we watch a football game. But if it start being rigged and crap like that and get political, that's when I'm gonna step away from it. And I love football.
Yeah.
I love it. But you know, it has to be fair.
Yeah.
It has to be fair, man. And they still got a lot of things that they have to fix.
Yep.
You know, especially with that Deshaun Watson.
Yeah,
they have to fix
they
that.
have to fix it.
You know, I don't know what they're really saying, but that guy is pissed off.
Yeah.
He's pissed.
Yeah.
So if they don't rectify that, and if they, I don't think they're gonna let him walk, man.
He's
they
willing to
foolish
sit
to do
out.
that. But if he does it, then if they don't trade him, they'll let him sit out because they're not gonna give him to nobody else.
Right.
You know, so it is what it is, man. It is what it is. But hey, we all got to keep rolling.
Yes.
Got to keep moving. So when you gonna get your vaccine, man?
I put in.
You're slow on the draw.
Yeah, man. I have been a little ambivalent about it, but I sent my email to say that, you know, so they'll send me back a date, and then I'll go.
That's good.
One of my coworkers, though, man, she got the Moderna one.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. You got Pfizer.
I got the Pfizer.
She got the Moderna one, and she was fine for the first shot, but the second shot, she was out 5 days, man. She said she had symptoms, and she felt like a truck ran over. And so, but you know, they say that's when it's working though, when you get the symptoms.
Right, that's what I hear. That
if
you get sick like that, that means that your body doing what it's supposed to do.
Yeah.
You know, with the Pfizer, like I told you, what happened with me, I didn't get sick 5 days, but I had well, it affects people. I had the Pfizer, not the Moderna, but it affects people different ways.
Right.
And that second shot that I got, probably about 12 hours or more after that, I started feeling, you know, cold chills and stuff like that, and my body was kind of aching. Yeah. But not bad, but enough for me to, what's going on with me? I'm feeling tired.
Yeah.
And then the next day I went home. I worked that whole day, then I went home, went to sleep, and took me some Motrin, and I was fine after that. So now I feel good, thank God, and that's what I would tell people what happened with me and my situation.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, so and just as long as everybody can do that, man, we'll be able to combat this pandemic and hopefully get back to normal.
Hey, man, so
you know,
I keep you updated when I get my email to tell me when I can go. So.
What they say, what floor you supposed to go to?
I think it's the 3rd floor or something.
Okay, well, on the 3rd floor they doing a Moderna.
Moderna, okay.
On the 10th floor they doing Pfizer.
Pfizer, okay.
I went on the 10th floor.
Okay.
So, you know, but now they got the Johnson & Johnson one out.
Yeah.
That's supposed to be.
And that's just one shot.
Right. That's supposed to be one shot, and they said it was a certain percentage, and I don't think it was.
It's not as high.
It's not as high as 65%.
Yeah.
But that's like a emergency thing too.
Yeah.
Because they need more vaccines.
Right.
So you figure Johnson & Johnson got another one. That's just another one, just in case they run out or whatever happens.
And they're talking about they're going to have like boosters for the different strains.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
We got a couple of different strains.
Yeah, that's
this
crazy.
thing is a trip, man.
It's crazy, man. But at least by you being vaccinated,
Yeah.
those strains won't bother you,
Yeah,
because they were
yeah.
saying vaccination keeps those strains away too.
Good.
You know, so it's better to have a vaccine than not to have vaccine.
That's right.
So, yeah. And just go do what you guys got to do and get it done. You know,
Absolutely.
we all out here trying to succeed and get
Yes.
everything the way we're supposed to do. And just take care of your family, and we'll be all right with it.
Yes, we will.
You know, got anything else to say, Rob?
Great day.
All right, yeah, we got another one in the books.
Yes.
And we'll see you guys probably next Tuesday night. And this is Uncle Yab, and we're Gavin with Yab, with my buddy Richard Carrington, and we're out.